Hello, you join us at the fantastic Moneypenny headquarters, and today I'm joined by my guest, Steve Rad of InventoryBase. How are you doing, Steve?
Good, David. How are you?
Yeah, I'm very well, thank you. So how long have you been an ICG member for?
Oh, it must be about 2 or 3 years now. I think it was just not long before lockdown we joined, which was nice because then we got to be part of ICG and regularly meet with all of the members. And so it was nice when you're stuck at home to at least have that social element as well.
It was great to be able to sort of share those ideas and collaborate with
Yeah,
people.
absolutely. We had panels where we had, debated different topics, and I think we were always had something to say, of course, to the ones that we were joined. And I think, with the ICG and with the supplier base, it covers a lot of different topics, a lot of different challenges and problems in the market. And obviously, it's a really great base of suppliers, especially to be aligned with as well.
It really is. It feels like the best of the best in the industry, really.
Yeah.
So the clue is in the title, I know that, but tell us, what problem do you solve for estate agents at InventoryBase?
Sure. So whether you're a property manager and properties need to be managed, or whether you're a service provider to the industry, you need to provide a service. And the InventoryBase platform started off, we cut our teeth, as you can imagine, with inventory providers, service providers to the industry. And today we're very much split down the middle between the two audiences. So the property management side, who of course look after tenancies, move in, move out reports, various interim inspections and things like that, risk assessments and all sorts. So the property management side can really drill down and maintain the property, look after the property, and do any kind of report with our software, as well as outsource to the inventory providers and the service providers. And then obviously the other side of our customer base being the service providers.
There is a whole load of those that service those agents who outsource their inventory provision elsewhere.
Yeah, absolutely. The inventory and the checkout, I would say, and probably more so before the tenant fee ban, the check-in as well. These are very detailed, large documents that take a lot of time at the property to really.
But so important.
But exactly. They underpin the success of the tenancy when it comes to the end, right? So, you're preparing yourself for success by having everything in place. Obviously, you wouldn't go into a tenancy without an AST. You shouldn't go into a tenancy without an inventory report either. Absolutely.
I mean, you'd be surprised at how many people miss that part out, and they just think that inventory it's nice to have.
But they don't pay enough attention to it, and
it's more than nice to have.
If
you want to see that deposit back at any point, you need to make sure that that's properly documented. So
it's about being a responsible landlord. The agent will relay that to you, which hopefully they will at least, and therefore you're taking an act of care with your property that you want to make sure those issues are ironed out before the tenancy. You want to have obviously the smoothest tenancy you can possibly have, and you want them to stay in the properties for as long as they can. And so obviously that management side, which usually falls down to the agent side, regularly inspecting the properties. And this is the other side of the business, is that the inventory report and the checkout report will provide those ins and outs, but what about the maintenance? What about the ongoing inspections?
There's a lot of support in between.
Looking after it, and especially since the tenant fee ban, lots of obviously changes with regards to the tenancy deposit. 10 years ago now, it's very important to stay on top of issues. Obviously, you don't want issues to pile up, and you don't want unhappy tenants, but with lockdown especially, it taught us that there's other ways of doing it as well, right? And so you can go in and you can obviously do your interim inspections. So agents would go, typically back in the day, would go every 3 months, disrupt the tenancy and have to arrange that time to go in there. The tenants would obviously all get all panicky and clean out the house and everything like that, as they should. But now you've got the options. You've got the options for just sending that report to a tenant, so they can do a self-assessment. They can go around, they can take the pictures that you ask them to, they can fill in the questions that you want them to.
So many agents have had to do that during
lockdown, of course, because not only were we, obviously our agents told to go home and pack up shop, but they furloughed, they became a lot thinner in terms of resources, while then managing everything remotely, so they got a lot busier as well. And so just around that time, we launched a service called InventoryBase Workstreams. And Workstreams, it was prior to COVID, to lockdown that we launched it. But what a perfect timing, because you had, firstly, you had senior citizens who were in a precarious situation,
Sure. Yeah.
high
Vulnerable.
risk,
Yeah.
vulnerable, of course. You had those vulnerable children that were being looked after medically, and you also had key workers like NHS workers all up and down the country, going from hospital to hospital. And so there was a lot of activity in the rental space
Yeah.
around that. And with everyone then parked up at home, inventory-based workstreams was there and actually provided a mechanism, a route, a workflow through to reaching
For life
these
to
people
carry
and
on.
having
Yeah.
for life to carry on, exactly. And that got very popular with obviously the property managers who then had to furlough the rest of their team and still needed that support.
Yeah.
And so we've evolved in that direction now that we provide those additional supporting services to the industry, not just a tool that you can come in and punch out a report with, but also something that can help you with your business. Something that, for example, if I want to get in and out of property in 15 minutes and I just speak it all into a microphone, there'll be someone on the end of that to write it all up for
Yeah.
me. And if I need someone to go there physically for me, there'll be someone at the end of that that I can just choose from a bunch of bids who should go and do that job for me based on sample reports and accreditations and the like. And then if I wanted to learn to do the different reports myself, we have InventoryBase Academy now, which teaches in very detailed with lots of
There's
different
a lot
data
of
points,
knowledge
whether
there,
it's
isn't there?
growing an inventory provider business and being that outsourced provision, or whether it's doing detailed inventory checkout reports and how to really inspect a property, really going into a deep dive of that. And what that's been great for is, especially since the tenant fee ban, agents either bringing inventory providers in-house for the large volume of
Yeah.
their jobs, or obviously property managers coming in and wanting to learn how to do inspections and check-ins and the like that. And so we have now a full service journey from training
Where
through
you've
to
got the
software
best
through
practice.
to outsourcing.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, superb innovation. Really great for you to be here today and to meet the other
Great to be
members
here.
of the team as well. And thank you very much for giving us your time.
Thank you, David.